And we're back. Paul here with another Hall of Code lesson. Let's dive right in. We're going to be looking at media queries. Media queries can be used to check many things such as the width, height of a viewpoint, orientation. Basically, it's for different sizes of screens. You can change how your website looks from a desktop computer to a laptop to a tablet and even a phone. You can change how your website looks by using media queries throughout your website. So if you want your width or your height to change, you want background color to change, you want to move stuff down, push things down in a website, you can do all of those things using media queries. Now, before media queries, websites were static. They look one way on a desktop, and that's the way you created it. But then when you go and you look at it on, let's say, a laptop or a cell phone, it doesn't look the same. It doesn't look right. And so you want to make sure you're creating websites for all sorts of sizes, screen sizes, to make sure that your customers or your users have a good experience. Okay, we're going to use the CSS grid image container website that we used before, but you can use any website you want because we're going to make the changes and it can be adjusted to whatever website you want. So you don't have to use this website. You can use any website that you want. But in this case, my website has a header, has a more of a CSS grid with semantic tags, header tag, main tag, article, has a div and some images and articles and things like that. So we're going to adjust this website based on the screen size. Now we're going to do that in CSS. But before we do, I am going to right click and choose inspect to look at the developer tools. And I'm going to click on this toggle device right here. If you can see it, I'm going to move my mouse down. There it is right there. And I'm able to change my screen size. Okay. So I can go here and just use the buttons here to move my screen size, and I'm gonna put it at about 1,000 for now. All right, but we can make the adjustment. So this shows you what your website is gonna look like. I'm gonna make a little bit of an adjustment, move this over just a little bit. So here's my website. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some media queries. All right, so to do that, we say add media screen, and then we're gonna type the word and we're gonna say max width. And then we're gonna give it a size. So we're gonna say 980. So we're gonna put this down to 981. So I want to show you something. So we're gonna say 981. So at 980, we're gonna change the article. So these three articles right here, we're gonna adjust the size or adjust how they look on the website. So at 981, I'm gonna say article and put the curly brace in there. And we're gonna say grid column span 3. Okay. And we're gonna take that colon out right here. All right. So span 3, grid column. So that's at 981, right? If I change this to 980, look what happens. Now, these 3 images are on its own line. 981, 980. Anything over 980, you get the 3 columns. 981, 982, 980. Now you see it looks different. All right, so we're gonna add some more to this. Okay, so we'll say display grid. Grid template column, we'll say repeat. Okay. So we're just adding more to the media query. You don't, and align items. Okay, and so now this first item, which is a featured article, is different, and it did not get styled like the other three, because we want to keep this featured item like this, and then we're going to change it this time when your screen size is at 760. But we're going to say at media screen and max width 760 pixels, and right here we have 761. I'm going to put 761 in there first. All right, and we're going to say article featured, or we'll just go featured, and we'll say display block. Now let's change it to 760, and right now we have to change this to article featured. Article featured. Now 761, 760. All right, and then we'll just add a little margin to it, and we're done. Now that's your website at 760 at 981.